In a transition, you have to make sure that you divide your team very early on in 4 groups. Your sprinters, your runners, your walkers, and those who do not move. I was very blessed to find out that I already had a lot of potential in-house.
Okay.
That was waiting for the opportunity to happen. And for me, it was important to spot early on who are the key drivers towards that transition and to embrace those new capabilities and competencies. And towards that respect, I will always remember a very good analyst note I once read from Gartner, who stated that in a transition, you have to make sure that you divide your team very early on in 4 groups. Your sprinters, your runners, your walkers, and those who do not move. And the traditional mistake a lot of companies make in dealing with change and change management is to focus all their energy on the walkers and those who do not move. But the latter group doesn't move, so it doesn't make any sense to focus on them. You have to isolate them and eliminate them if needed. It are the sprinters and the runners you have to focus on, because they are already in their mindset there. They understand what needs to be done. They're just waiting for the opportunity to go. And they will gradually convince the walkers to move along. Okay. Now that might sound a little bit blunt, but it works, you know. And so I've allowed a lot of people to move to different positions. I created new functions like an enterprise architect, business architects, and those kind of people that are creating those ecosystems. So platform builders, not from a technology point of view, but from a community point of view. So, and then we went into an organization design exercise where my extended leadership team were allowed to create their dream team, starting from the potential and the competencies they have and complementing them with what they thought was needed. So a lot of new functions were created, and we are now in the process of filling them in. Now, to your point, everybody wants to work for a startup. I slightly disagree. We are able to attract young people and less young people because they're also still very, very relevant, because of what we are able to provide. And part of my responsibility, I think, is to also go out and spread the news. So I speak at a lot of conferences, I speak for a lot of audience to make clear what a port is in 2019, that it is far, far away from a cargo in, cargo out port. And that attracts people because you have this ecosystem. And if you're a data scientist, yes, of course, you are requested everywhere. But where do you make the biggest impact? That's very visible in a port area. And you're allowed to play around with incredible data sets that allow you to be very, very, very innovative and creative to come up with fancy, interesting, and operational applicable applications.